Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Third and Atlantic Studios. Your host, Joel, that's me, and some guy, Ed. Ed. How are you doing today?
Voila. Yeah, no, good. We had our first dose of the London games. I only watched the second half of the Falcons and the Jets, which was quite dull. No, not dull. That's a bit harsh. It was okay. I'm sure the fans had a bit of fun watching that. But yeah, this week we've got the Battle of Florida. We've got North Florida versus South Florida. We've got the Miami
No one really
Dolphins
cares
versus the
about that.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
No one cares about
Pardon?
that. No one cares about that.
I won't reveal too much about what I think about the game because obviously that's going to be one of the picks. But yeah, it's nice to have the London games again. Games that start at 2:30.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice. I still missed the first half because, I didn't know, I forgot what time it started, booked to go see James Bond. And then I think like the day before, I was like, wait, it's a 2:00 start. No, blah, blah, blah. But it was interesting keeping track of the score. 14-0 up very quickly.
So during the second half, right, so the Falcons were in cruise control, but then there was a couple plays that Falcons, like stupid plays from the Falcons, and where they just, oh shit, like there was like a stupid turnover, there was like a fumble, there was like just these mini plays, and like, oh no, the Falcons are going to fuck this up. The Falcons are going to make me lose again this week. But no, the Jets just couldn't necessarily capitalize at the right moments, and Falcons were able to just have too much for them offensively. But yeah, that was Falcons this week. So now I'm 2-1 with my 3 Falcon picks. So Falcons did win.
Fair enough. You know what? Yeah. So this weekend was a very interesting weekend across the board. 5 missed field goals in one game.
Oh, yeah.
A couple game sealing or would have sealed the game eventually. Field goals missed in other matches. Comebacks. Like, it was a very exciting weekend.
So, it's the first time in NFL history, this is about the Jags, that a team have played their first 5 games and not made a field goal.
I mean, that's such a Jags thing to do, but you know what a Browns thing to do is?
Oh, the 400 yards and like 0 turnovers and be the first team. Was it 420 something?
40 points, no turnovers, a ridiculous amount of yards, I forgot the actual number, and lose.
Yeah.
The first team to do that in 408 games or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
They are 407 and 1.
And the Chargers have flipped around. Usually they're the ones with those sort of losses, but I guess the Browns have got more bad juju with them than the Chargers do. But
yeah, I mean, Browns fans are starting to turn on OBJ.
Starting.
I mean, okay. No, they want him out. Eagles, Ravens, they came from behind. The Colts, right? I think when I was watching the game, they said something about like, he's now the most inaccurate kicker, Blankenship, in recent history.
Really?
I don't know if that's true. I think that's a bit of recency bias.
Like, when I remember him in the AFC South, because he was with the Colts, I thought he was okay. Maybe the games I watched him, he did well. But
I thought he was okay. At Georgia, obviously, he was great. But I like that's damning if they're putting that on you. But I was watching the Steelers Broncos at the same time as the Bengals Packers. Wow,
Bengals Packers,
Bengals Packers. Packers. What?
I was solely focused on the Jags game, and then I got a bit annoyed, so I just started watching Red Zone, so I didn't watch any single game. But yeah, Bengals Packers was so back and forth, and all those missed field goals. Mason Crosby always has these random ass games where he just decides not to. It's
the fact that it was him. Obviously, it's Mason Crosby missing them as well. But then young rookie McPherson as well, just so happened to be the same game that they're both doing this. Like. And weren't even like they weren't. Don't get me wrong. Some of them were not easy. Some of them were very hard field goals, but some of them are ones that you expect from, especially these two, because they've been in these high pressure situations. McPherson has already shown he's hit 2 game-winning field goals from roughly a similar distance or closer. And like that's a game that's not a red zone game. I think you should go back and literally watch just the fourth quarter into overtime.
Yeah.
Because so I think that was absolutely ridiculous.
they do a good job of putting like if there's like a really close like fourth quarter or something, they do a good job of putting like all of that bit of the game on YouTube. So I did manage to watch the whole thing. Speaking of that game specifically, so overall last week you went 7-1.
Yeah,
which is really good. So your one loss was you picked the Raiders over the Bears.
And we didn't know that situation was going on. But
I mean,
here we go.
I think I was listening to Warren Sharp earlier on this morning, and he was saying that Gruden thing wouldn't have had much of an impact because by the time it was already released, the game plan had already been done, and it was literally just all about practice. So it wasn't necessarily a distraction compared to like the Urban Meyer thing, which happened over a weekend, and that affected the game planning time because you had to do all that apologizing to all the positional groups. So yeah. But then with the Bears, Justin Fields was the starter, and they went out to a blistering start. Well, blistering. They got 14 points in the first half, and then second half didn't do much.
Yeah.
So that was your one loss. And then I also went 7-1.
I told you don't go against Fields. I told you he'll be good, but I was just hoping that they,
Yeah, I just don't trust the Bears staff, but yeah, we got some more Bears picks coming up. I also went 7-1. My one loss was I picked the Panthers over the Eagles, which was really annoying because the Panthers could have won that game. It was a 3-point game. It was a 3-point game.
Saying that about annoying close games, Lions. I've had enough. I have actually had enough.
I do feel really, really bad for the Lions. Bless them. Poor Lions.
My man's crying in the post-game conference.
I love that though. That was really cool. Like, yeah, I think some people might call it a dickhead of the way he reacted, but so like, okay, you bring a fair point Lions game. So something that I've been tracking weekly now is the one possession games. So last week you were 5-0 in one possession games, which is why I lost. This week you were 4-3, and I was 3-4 in one possession games. So you picked up the Cardinals who beat the 49ers, the Packers who beat the Bengals, and the Ravens who beat the Colts. I managed to watch the first half of that Colts-Raven game, and the Colts were doing really well. I was like, oh shit, actually Colts could do this. But then Lamar, bless him, love Lamar. Just out.
Scary.
He did his thing. Love it.
Scary.
Love it. And then Eagles-Panthers was my pick, but then your team won that, so that was yours. And the 3 one possession games that I got were Chargers-Browns, Vikings-Lions, and then the Falcons-Jets. But yeah, Vikings-Lions. The Lions have got to get a win sometime soon.
I mean, I don't know if they can. This might have broken their hearts.
Oh, they've got to. They've got to.
Like that was like that was a game that they had. Like it was obviously close, but they had it. Like they were meant to close it out. Good night, first win of the season. We move on to next week. It wasn't like I don't know how to like. It was. It didn't feel like the Vikings were winning that game. It didn't feel like that's why it hurt so much. I believe because the Lions really believed that they had that one.
I think I mentioned to you before, Vikings are just an evolved version of the Falcons. I don't really know what to expect from them. They can have these really weird games, sometimes really fun games. I like quite a few of their players. But yeah, I do get you. And have you seen that stat about Jared Goff?
No.
How
it's probably terrible.
He's never won a game without Sean McVay as his coach.
What's that? What's that?
Because obviously, when he was originally drafted, he was on the Jeff Fisher. He was on the Jeff Fisher Rams team, which I think didn't do too well because then they got Sean McVay the year after. But like Jared Goff needs to win just for his own sanity.
But then that's kind of unfair and kind of not. Like it's Jeff Fisher who did very badly before Jared Goff, and then obviously with Jared Goff, which is ultimately like his last job. And then he had first-year rookie head coach.
Really well that year. They made the playoffs. They're like a sneaky favorite team because I remember Jags and Rams that year were both similar in terms of did really, really shit that year. But then
I'm talking about what's his name now.
That year.
I'm talking about with the Lions now.
Oh, with the Lions now. Apologies. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Like he's not had like if he had like a Belichick and was still not winning. Yeah, okay, it's him. It's 100% him. But he's had some guys that have made questionable decisions.
Right. So with that draw in week 5, it means that you are now 3-0-2. So that's
Yes,
two draws we've had this so far in 5 weeks, and I am 0-3-2. So still yet to get on the fucking.
Thanks for Lamar for saving me. Thanks to Lamar. I thought I had the Chargers in, so at the end I was cheering for them. Then I looked down at my sheet and I was like, damn it.
Oh, I told you I'm big on the Chargers. I went heavy in on the Chargers.
Yeah, so fair play to you on that. But I came back. We're gonna keep the season alive going into week 6.
See, let's go.
Here we go. We're here for the main event now. We're here for the main event, week 6. And I think I keep the power. Am I right?
Yeah. And also it's also the first bye week for a couple of teams. So we've got the 2 London teams with the Jets and the Falcons, and we also got the 49ers and Saints who are also on the bye.
Lovely.
So it now means we've got 7 picks each.
Lovely, which means for my first pick, I'm going to go in and pick the Rams at the Giants. Starting off strong. Starting off with a hot team versus a hot team for maybe a quarter, and then...
they had all those injuries. Yeah, they've had all those injuries, which, it's really annoying for the Giants. But again, I didn't really rate them even.
Then they also had Tony had 100 and something yards, and then just decided to, no, I don't want to be in no more and throw a punch.
Florida boy, Gator. That was one of the 3 teams I really wanted. That was on my top tier. The first team, however, I had on my top tier. My number 1 pick is the Bills at the diminished Titans, the injury-riddled Titans. I'm taking the Bills.
I thought that would drop a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know why, because obviously I was right with my pick of the Bills at the Chiefs. I thought maybe like a young Derrick Henry would scare you for what he did to your team at the Jags, so maybe they'll throw in a little doubt.
Kept him on lock in the first 3 quarters. Then once the game got out of hand, it was just run. But we were keeping him on. We did really well in the first 3 quarters to defend against him, but we couldn't get much going offensively for a little while.
Well, with that being said, I'm going to hit right back and take the Bengals at the Lions, because for all the reasons above that we've stated.
Really?
I don't believe... Wow. Oh, crap. What have I just done? No. Joe Burrow, he went to the hospital after the game. They said he was fine. So I believe in them. I still believe in them more than the cursed Lions.
The Lions, this is going to be low down on mine because I think Lions could potentially get they've got to win one week or another, and it could be against the Bengals. But yeah, I think the Bengals are a decent outfit. Okay, fine. The third team on my top 3 tiers is surely. I think I've picked them twice, and they've wanted to pick them twice, and they've lost. I wanted to take them against the Bills, but you took that pick instead with your last pick. I'm taking the Chiefs over Washington, who at the start of the season I said to you I wasn't rating Washington.
I was actually going to take this as my next pick, but that's smart. That's smart play. Obviously, surely the Chiefs have had a wake up call now, and we know what happens when things finally click for them. It's a wrap for the rest of the year for the most part. So I can't argue with that pick.
It is, but the defense is really, really worrying. As in, they got walloped by the Bills. Bills made it so comfortable, and I am semi-concerned because, again, to be fair, the Bucs didn't really kick on last year until we got to the latter end of the season, and maybe that's what it may take for the Chiefs. But something just doesn't feel right this year.
That is very true. So now I'm going to take this pick. I don't know whether I should, but I am. They've impressed me so far with their scores leading up to now. And I think that's enough to overcome what I am scared of. So I'm going to pick the Cowboys at the Patriots.
You're taking my Cowboys now. Well, I don't like calling them my Cowboys, but that was my next team and my second team. Yeah.
Yes, it's just they've been putting up impressive scores against decent teams. Whether you like it or not, at some point you have to. The wheels. I still believe the wheels will fall off at some point. I just don't think now is that point.
No, I think they may be legit. Like, I'm really liking how Dak's playing. I'm really liking how that defense is looking, and Trayvon. I'm just how Trayvon Diggs is playing. It's really, really cool to see him, especially after watching him in Hard Knocks.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I really like that pick. Maybe the Pats can pull something out, maybe. But again, what's the name? The Mills, the guy from Houston, threw all over Bill Belichick. You know what they say about like rookie QBs never winning in New England? Like that rookie QB, he looked quite good. He looked not too shabby, Alonso. Not too shabby, Alonso.
That is fair. It's one of them scary ones. Surely Bill, like it was like last year, like Bill's surely gonna right the ship at some point, right?
We thought that last year, but they didn't make the playoffs last year with Cam.
Yeah, but then they invested heavily into this team in the offseason.
But then they traded away Stephon Gilmore, so mixed messages, I guess. Also, I realized we first 5 picks have all been road teams, which I found quite interesting. I think so.
Oh well, yeah, because I'm doing it the other way. Yeah.
And funny enough, the next 2 teams on my second tier that I really want are also away teams as well. And I'm going to pick this one because I think you're higher on them than I am in general. So I might just pick them before you get them, which is I'm going to take the Bucks at the Eagles.
I'm going to take the Bucks at the Eagles. Jesus. I am really high on them. Yep, I am really high on them. I was hoping that you just skipped that game, that you weren't seeing it. But, here we are.
Yeah, I mean, although the Eagles did beat Carolina last week, and I'm pretty big on Carolina. Not big, I'm semi, 3/4. I'm 3/4 on Carolina and how well they've been doing this year. I've got their defense on my work fantasy league, and they did pick up Gilmore. I'm not sure when he will play, if it will be this week or the week after.
No, he can't because he's on the physically unable to perform list, the PUP list.
Okay.
So it's like week 7, week 8.
Okay, a couple of weeks.
One of them ones, or 9.
And yeah, I mean, I just think the Bucks should be beating the Eagles.
Yeah, that's true. And I've already written in my next one. I think this is one that would slide as long as we want it to, but I want to make sure I do not get the other team. So I'm picking the Colts versus the Texans.
Oh,
yeah, I was impressed with what they were able to do against the Ravens, and I think the Texans may not have what it takes. Well, they don't have Lamar Jackson, that's for sure. So let's hope that they've turned it around now.
You're not scared of David Mills throwing all over the Colts defense? I'll take this.
I'm just going to say Jonathan Taylor is going to hold the ball most of the game.
Okay, fine. I actually thought you were going to go for this team next, but this is why I let them drop ahead of the Bucks pick, which was I'm taking the Packers over the Bears.
I do like the Packers. Let me not lie, the Bears last week spooked me. But, and the Packers didn't do as well as I thought they were going to do. But obviously, the Bears are not the Bengals.
Cool. So you've had 4 picks. You've got 3 more to go. 6 more games remaining.
Yep. So I'm going to keep avoiding this one. So I'm going to go with the Steelers at the Seahawks. I didn't know how to play this one, but Mr. Wilson being down for a while, I think we got this.
Yeah.
What did you want?
Geno Smith, though? No. I mean, again, do you really still trust the Steelers?
They played a great game last week, and it's not that I don't. It's not like whether I trust the Steelers. They played a good game last week, though. Still, but it's more of Geno was when you have no pressure and you're thrown in. Everyone expects you to lose. You get to play free.
Yeah.
The game plan wasn't built for you. He now knows for at least a couple weeks he is the guy, and they will be comparing him to Russ. If the pressure gets to him or not, we'll see if he's been rebuilt under Pete Carroll.
Juju's out might be out for the year.
No, he is out for the year. He's done the surgery. Okay. Yeah, he's done the surgery. He's out for the year. We picked up Williams.
Which one? There's so many Williams.
The old Chicago guy.
Oh, okay.
Let me look him up. Actually,
no, that's fine. Like I just still don't. I mean, Big Ben had some really nice throws, which he was making that, people saying he can't make those deep throws anymore, but I still just do not trust the Steelers to do you think, okay, weekly Steelers update, can they make the playoffs this year? Are we higher or lower? Well, obviously you're higher, but
no, let me. My confidence is lower than it was week 1. I still think we can get through the back door though, and we did start playing good football. The defense has carried us in recent years, so we can't. It's literally you just have to play as an offense good enough. Just play good enough. That's what I'm asking.
Okay, so we've got 5 games left. 3 of them are like shitty matchups, and then 2 of them are really good matchups. Out of those 5 games, I am going to take the Panthers at home against the Vikings.
I haven't been able to pick the Panthers once, bro.
Let me check. Last week I also took them with my 5th pick. Panthers. The week before that, I took the Cowboys over them.
Yeah, so I haven't been able to
before that,
Panthers.
I took Panthers as my 3rd pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about the Panthers life. I'm all about the Carolina life.
You've given them to me, but I have never been able to pick them.
No, again, I'm not a big fan of Vikings, and I just prefer what the Panthers can provide. Although, yeah, they did lose last week against the Eagles, which you mentioned earlier.
Yep.
The game was pretty close, and I felt the Panthers should have pulled it out. And Vikings, again, they did win against the Lions, but the Lions lost 2 games to 50-yard field goals at the end. Like, come on. So, yeah.
Well, people have been blocking them this year. They haven't. So with that being said, I'm going to take heartbreak. I'm going to take a team against a team that has just had their heart broken, and I'm going to go with MVP Kyler Murray against the Browns.
Yeah, fair. I think I probably would have gone for the Cards, but I think the Browns could do something.
I mean, yeah, they can. They can.
We know one person who will definitely be watching this game with 2 number 1 OU picks.
And Kyler came out last time as well.
So I think Mr. Ward will definitely be watching Kyler versus Baker.
100%.
So 3 games left. I'm going to let you pick because I definitely want this one. I'm taking the Jags over the Dolphins.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Dolphins are bottom 3 in both offense and defense this year. Jags are not as bad as the Dolphins, and I hope.
Are we sure they're not bottom 3 in offense?
No, they are. They are bottom 3 in both offense and defense this year.
No, Jags.
No, the Jags. No, the Dolphins are. But Jags, I don't know where they are. I didn't check because I didn't want to upset myself.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're both pretty, pretty
Shut
low
up and make
down
your
there.
pick. Shut up and make your pick.
I said I'm gonna stay strong.
I've got a Jag stat for you, but I need to find it. But yeah, carry on.
Yeah,
Let me find it again.
I'm gonna go with the Chargers at the Ravens. This one's calling me, and I thought I could let it drop, and I'll still get it, and I was correct.
I just didn't know who's to pick.
Yeah, although Lamar is MVP, I think the Chargers have shown they're a more consistent 4 quarters team this year, as opposed to the Ravens, who are a strong team, but it seems like they're relying on Lamar to do a lot, which obviously he's able to do, but I think this time they may be able to stop it when they see the momentum shifting.
That's fair, but it's not. It's
one of these teams have to be picked. That's what it is.
No. I do get what you're saying, but the reason why I'm in an R-ing is because it's sort of the league still hasn't figured out Lamar Jackson. Like, he can still cause the fact that they're relying on him. That's fine if they're relying on him because he's a fucking beast. But
he can have a bad game.
Again, the Chargers came really close to losing last week as well. Like, although what their record says, they had a really squeaky bum game last week.
Oh yeah. Oh,
The Jags fact I want to say. So Jags have had 13 top 10 picks since 2008. 13 of them. How many do you reckon are still on the team?
Like 3?
2.
Miles Jack?
No, he was a second rounder.
He was a second rounder.
He had injury concerns and he was picked up in the second round.
Smart business, that is. Okay, let's go with Trevor Lawrence, obviously.
Yeah.
And ETN?
No, he was 30th pick.
Oh, yeah, just his top 10.
He's also the name of a quarterback.
The name of a quarterback?
Yeah, he's also got the same name as a quarterback.
Well,
they were drafted exactly the same position back-to-back years. The quarterback and then him in the top 10.
Is he defense, D-line?
Yeah, you're going to kick yourself.
Oh,
Kentucky, University of Kentucky.
What?
Josh Allen.
Piss off.
Anyway.
You said University of Kentucky. I went, but Dupree?
No, our pass rusher is better than your UK pass rusher. It'll always be so weird because whenever I'd see like notifications on Bleacher about Kentucky, it would always say UK. And I was thinking, there's a UK like quarterback or there's a UK point guard or like, I don't know, like what I haven't heard about this UK prospect.
Yeah,
obviously UK, Kentucky, not United Kingdom. Anyway, I think Teddy should be fit for Teddy is a full practice, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no, Teddy should be fit for the game. I'm taking Broncos over the Chargers, the Raiders. Broncos over the Raiders.
So, have you jumped off the Raiders bandwagon yet?
I mean, I was never fully on it even last year. I was never fully on it, but I was never fully off it. I'm just there, like walking alongside it. I'm driving alongside it. I'm like,
I told you this would happen. I just didn't know it would happen like this. I thought it'd be the actual play on the field, but damn, don't know what they did.
I think everyone had money on Urban Meyer being the first coach being let go of or losing their job or however you want to say it, leaving their role or not be
forceful.
The Jags would be the first team changing coach.
Forceful resigning. The forceful resigning, that one. Yeah.
Okay. So those are our 7 week 6 picks. You have got the Rams, Bengals, Cowboys, Colts, Steelers, Cards, and Chargers. I've got Bills, Chiefs, Bucks, Packers, Panthers, Jags, and Broncos.
Let's hope the train keeps them rolling. Interesting matchups, especially coming off, the news of this week. If Urban doesn't win in London, does he get fired on the plane home?
So it's one of those, like a lot of media outlet, like 90% of the content I was consuming last week was just pure everyone just talking about the Urban Meyer situation and the Jags. And a lot of people like joking, like, do you reckon Trevor Lawrence will just like stay in London after this? Fuck it. I'm just going to live in like Chelsea, Kings Road. I'm just going to live in London. Like, I'm going to go back to Jacksonville. Like, fuck this team. Which is quite funny. Imagine seeing Trevor Lawrence going out to Stamford Bridge to watch Chelsea games instead. And then it was also like, yeah, you might just get fired on his way home. But then also it's like the contract stuff, like the money that he's owed. Yeah, I don't know.
They said it wouldn't last a year, and they're looking kind of right.
I mean, John Gruden, that 10-year contract, how long did that fucking last? How much percent, like, out of percentage, how much did he last through that contract? Was it, how many years been now? 3 years?
Yeah, I think, 4, 5. I think we're coming up to halfway.
Oof. Yeah.
Maybe we're at halfway.
I was really disappointing. Like, we had like a couple moments where, like, again, we're on the goal line and we just couldn't punch it in. Our best running back wasn't out there on the goal line. Urban Meyer during the press conference was like, asked about the QB sneak, and he was like, Trevor just isn't comfortable with the QB sneak just yet. And then straight after, Trevor Lawrence was like, no, I am comfortable with the QB sneak. But it's like,
So 2018 was John Gruden.
Yeah, so 3 years.
3 years. Gee, that was a long 3 years.
Right, that's it for, what are we now, week 6?
Yep.
Week 6, a third of the way through. Yeah, okay. Not too shabby, Alonso, not too shabby.
By next week, we'll see if all the coaches have a job and keep their jobs.
Hopefully get a win. Please, I just need a win. Oh, fuck it. I can't believe we're in week 6 and I still haven't got a win yet.
No, why stop now? Why stop now? Let's just keep the momentum going. Let's just keep things as they are, you know?
Yeah, piss off.
Peace.
See ya.